I like hip-hop ones.
You like hip hop?
Yeah.
Me too. I love dancing.
I used to do hip-hop.
No way, really?
Yeah, with my teacher.
That's cool. Whatever's got the dark part, that's called the cursor. So the arrow moves the cursor down.
Oh.
And now you're on House Kit.
Yeah.
Everybody do the robot dance. Everybody do the robot dance. Hello, my name is XLR24. What is your name?
Jenna.
Jenna. That is a cool name. It sounds like a person name. Are you a person or a robot?
Person.
Oh, I have many person friends, but I am not a person. But I can dance like a person. Okay, I think I'm about ready. Are you ready to learn about Halfsteps and Wholesteps?
Yeah.
Cool. There's a game that we can play at the end that's all about Halfsteps and Wholesteps. But I know you don't like games.
I don't.
No, because we're not here to have fun. We're here to have a really boring time. What are we going to learn today? Well, we're going to learn to recognize the difference between Halfsteps and Wholesteps. Yay! And we're going to practice and master the flashcards for Halfsteps and Wholesteps. We're going to play the half-step scale with the fun fingering. Now don't tell anybody it's fun, because I don't want them to think that this is fun. Okay, so for the recording I will say we're going to play the half-step scale with the boring fingering, and I will change that. And then at the very end we're going to learn how to play half-step and whole-step dominos! Okay, let's get started. Those are white notes and black notes. Remember the 2 black keys and 3 black keys? Play some 2 black keys. Play some 3 black keys. Play some 2 black keys really low. And play some 3 black keys really high. Okay, good job. Now look at the pattern of those black keys and the white keys. Most of the time you have a white key followed by a what? What comes right after a white key most of the time? Look at those 2.
Black key.
Yeah! Most of the time a white key will go to a black key. And that distance from one note to the very, very, very next note, it doesn't matter if it's black or white, what do we call that distance?
Half step.
A half step, you're right. Good. What do you think that H stands for?
Half.
Half step, that's right. Okay. Usually a black key is followed by a
White key.
white key. Since they're right next doorsy, I call them next doorsies because they're right beside each other. They're like next door neighbors. What do we call that distance? How far is that? Half step. Yay, little h. Anytime you've got 2 notes that are immediately side by side, right, like that, I call it next doorsies. Whether it's white to black or black to white, we call it a
Half
step. Very good. Wait a second. What if 2 white keys are right next door? Like there's no black key between them. Can you find 2 white keys that are right next doorsies on the piano? Play them back and forth. How far do you think that is?
Half step.
That's a half step too. You're right, because there's nothing in between them. Wait a second. What if there is a note in between? Like from this white key to that white key. Can you play those 2 white keys next door to each other? Oh, they're not next door to each other actually because they have one in between them. Yeah. There's a half step up to that black key plus a half step down to the other white key. Half step plus half step equals a
Whole step.
You got it. And what does whole start with? What letter?
W.
Yeah, so now we're looking for H's and W's. So, whole step is 1 note in between. It can be white to white, or it can be black key to black key with one white key in the middle? Can you do two black keys that have one white key in the middle? Is that a half step or a whole step?
Whole step.
Because it's got one in between. That's right, it is a whole step. Okay. Oh, this is where it gets kind of hard. You can have a whole step that goes from what color?
A black,
To a...
white.
Because it has just one white key in the middle. Can you find a whole step that has a black key and a white key like that? You can do it just like up on here. Like find the black key on that 2 black key land. Is there a black key there? There you go. Play both of them back and forth. Good job. Awesome. Okay, time for reviewing. Is this hard or easy or kind of easy or kind of hard or super easy or super hard? What would you say so far?
Super easy.
Yes! That's what I want to hear! Is it super fun, super boring, kind of boring, in between?
It's boring.
Good, that's exactly what I want to hear, I think. Okay, anyways, let's review. Half steps are always notes that are right next door to each other. White to black, black to white, white to black, black to white, but sometimes white to white. Dun, 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 dun.
Half.
Half steps, those are all half steps, but do you realize you could never have 2 black keys that are half steps? You can't ever find 2 black keys that don't have at least one in between them, right?
Only if it, or like they put one in the middle.
Yeah, or if you took your Sharpie and you colored one of the white keys black, and then I'd be like, ah, who is writing on my keyboard with a Sharpie?
How about like,
Okay, does that all make sense?
yes.
Yes, and look what I wrote at the end. Yay! I think you got it. Okay. Oh, let's review the whole steps. Is any time that we have one note in between. Look at, you could have white to white, right? And we could have white to,
Black.
because there's just that one in between. And we could have black to
Black.
black to black. Or black to
White.
all of those are whole steps because they have one in between. Easy,
It's
right?
a mountain.
It's what?
It's a mountain.
It does look like a mountain. It goes white,
Straight.
white, white, black, 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 down, back to white.
And then go back up. And
Uh-huh.
down.
It is a mountain. Okay, let's practice this a little now. Round 1. Here's a white note. Can you play that one anywhere? 3 black key land. Good job. And here's another white note. Play both of those. Play them back and forth. Half step or whole step?
They are Wholestep.
Whole step! You got it! Dun, dun, dun. One black key in between. Do, 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 do. Okay, now here's a white note. Can you play that one? Good. And here's a black note. Play those ones back and forth. Half step or whole step?
It is Halfstep.
Good job! Ta-da! We need some ta-da music to put in here, don't we? Okay, look at, oh yeah, there's no keys in between, so those are a half step. Okay. How about this black note? Can you find that one? And another black note right next to it. Play those 2 back and forth. Half step or whole step?
Wholestep.
Way to go! Dun, dun, dun. One white key in between makes it a whole step. Okay. Now here's a white note. Can you play that one? Good. And a black note. Getting kind of tough now. Half step or whole step.
Wholestep.
Let's see if she's right. That's right! Bum ba da bum bum. Good job. There's one white key in between. Makes it a whole step. Now try this white note. And this white note. What does that sound like? Half step or whole step?
Halfstep.
Bingo! Is that your ta-da music? Cool. There's no key in between. They're right next doorsy white notes. Okay. How'd you do? Let's move on to round 2. Are you ready for round 2? Okay, now we're going to give you the first note. Play that one. And you have to find the note that is a half step up or a half step down or a whole step up or a whole step down. Okay, last time I gave you 2 notes and you had to tell me whether it was whole step or half step. Now I'm going to give you the first note and then say half step up, half step down, whole step up, or whole step down, and you have to find the other note. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's give you this black note. Good job. And you have to find the note a whole step down. That's good whole step, but that was a whole step up. Where would a whole step down be? Make it so there's just one in between. Good job, play 'em. That was a hard one. And look it. You got it. Good job. Okay, now look at this white note. Can you find that one? Good. Where would you go for a whole step up from there? Whole step up. Which direction's up? Does a whole step mean nothing in between or one in between? Play that A. And then go a whole step up. Looks like you're going down there. Is that a whole step or a half step? Which one's a whole step? Try that. Play that. This is what we got. Is that what you did? Yeah, good job. Here's another white note. Try that one. Good. What note would you say is a half step down from there? This one's a little tricky too. Try that. You got it! Yes. Just a couple more. Let's take this black note. Can you play that black note? And let's find the note a half step up from there. I think you just accidentally played it. Let's hear him. That's right! Last one. We'll give you this white note. And you get to find the note a whole step up. This is the super challenge one. Whole step up. Play them. And let's see if you got it right. Congratulations! You got it. Alrighty. Now, there's some practice sheets here. Can you see these?
Yes.
Which one's this? Whole step or half step?
Half.
What's that one?
Whole.
What's that one?
Half.
What's That one.
Half.
What's that one?
Whole.
What's that one?
Whole.
What's that one?
Whole.
What's that one?
Whole.
What's that one?
Half.
What's that one?
Half.
What's that one?
Half.
That one.
Whole.
What's that one?
Half.
What's that one?
Whole.
What's that one?
Half.
Half. What's this one?
Half.
What's that one? What is that one?
I mean whole.
Uh-huh, because it has one in between. Last one.
Half.
Look at this. Except for that one right here, you got every single one of those right. Like right away, kiddo. You are so ready for a sneak preview. Soon we'll be learning about the major scale. What's the major scale? Can you play that? What do we sing for that first note of the scale?
Do.
Do. Go ahead and find one higher up. Find a higher C because it'll be a little easier to sing along with. Like, hey, let's find a middle C.
Do.
Good. And then what's after do?
Re.
And then?
Mi.
And then?
Fa.
Uh-huh.
Sol.
Uh-huh.
La. Di. Do.
Good job. Well, guess what? Let's see which one of those are half steps and whole steps. Can you go back to do at the bottom? Do. And can you play do, re back and forth?
Do. Re. Do.
Is that a whole step or a half step?
Whole.
Bingo! Do, re, mi. Re, mi, re, mi. What's that? Whole step or half step?
It is whole step.
Good job. Mi, fa. Play it and sing it. Mi, fa, mi, fa, mi, fa, mi, fa. What's that?
Half.
Bingo! Fa, sol.
It whole.
Good job. Sol, la.
So
Sol, la, sol, la, sol, la, sol, la, sol, la. What's that
Oh.
one? Bingo. La, ti. What's la, ti, la, ti, la, ti?
Whole step.
Uh-huh. Last one. Tito, Tito, Tito.
Zero. Half.
A plus 100% every single one right. It's all whole steps except for where?
Mi fa, and tito.
Kiddo, you're awesome. Mi, fa, and ti, do. And if some schools use numbers, you'd say all whole steps except for what numbers and what numbers. Like, see how do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do can also be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. See how the half step is mi, fa, but if we're thinking of those as numbers, what numbers are those?
3, 4.
And?
7, 1.
Good
7,
job.
1.
That's right. Okay, you all ready for some fun fingering? What's that? Is this boring? Is boring good or boring bad? I can't remember.
Boring good.
Oh, good, good. Okay, now we're going to do something really boring called fun fingering. We're going to do half steps. Sometimes I do the half step race. Then go to that one. And then. There's a pretty cool, now see how you used your pointer finger each time? You want to learn the cool fingering? We'll call it like the quarter game fingering. Okay. So here's the deal. Okay, hold up your hands. Look at the picture. Wiggle number 1 on both hands. And where's number 1 on left hand? Now wiggle number 2 on both hands. Wiggle number 3 on both hands. Wiggle number 4. Wiggle number 5. Good. So we're going to use the middle finger, number 3. See number 3 up there? We're going to use number 3 anytime we play a black key. Just do that. Just don't worry about doing half steps. Just play the black keys and use only your middle finger. Try that. Just middle fingers for the black keys. Yeah. Okay. Now this gets a little tricky. See that? We got 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 on all the black keys. Now, most of the time, we're going to use our thumb for each white key. So try to do that thumb on that key, and then go to the 3, right? Now, there's only one problem. See how we go thumb, thumb on the white keys? Look at that, Jenna. We go thumb, 3, thumb, 3, thumb. But look at what happens here. There's 2 white keys in a row. We need to play a different finger between number 1 here and number 3 right there. What do you think we have in between finger number 1 and finger number 3? Finger number
2.
Bingo, kiddo. Look at there. So, we're going to put number 2 right there when there's 2 white keys in a row. Can you hold up your right hand? Let's do your right hand. I want you to pick a C and play your C with your number with your number thumb. Put your thumb on C. Good. Is that your thumb or your pointer? Good. Okay, let's do that one. Now put number 3 on the black key. Now put thumb on the white key. Now go thumb number 2. If there's 2 white keys in a row, then 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 if it's 2 white keys in a row. Kiddo, you're awesome. Look at that. Now pretend that you're doing it with the quarter, and where you have to really keep your hand in good posture and try to do 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can look up there if you want to. And do you want to try it with a quarter or without quarter first?
I'll try without the quarter.
Without quarter. That's a good idea, I think, because this is kind of tricky. Oh, yep, you got it. That's where number 2 goes. It's almost always 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. It's just whenever 2 white keys in a row, you're going to use your 2 there. Beautiful. That's awesome. Do you want to be done, or do you want to go all the way to the top?
Go all the way to the top.
Okay. Bravo, kiddo. That was amazing.
Now with the quarter.
Okay, so the left hand is going to be the same thing, 1, 3, 1, 3, but you know your hand is kind of shaped differently on your left hand. So the 2 comes first instead of the 1 when it's 2 white keys in a row. Do you want to try that or save it till next time?
Save it till next.
I think so. Okay, so you could play all the half steps. Do 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2 with the right hand. Yay! Or with the left hand, it goes 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. It's almost the same thing. It just switches those 2s around, huh? Still not? Are you still not having fun? You still really bored?
Yes.
Oh, good, because now comes the most boring thing in the world.
Let's play a game.
Let's play a game? Oh, games are super boring! Yay! What do we call this game?
Halfstep, Wholestep Dominos.
Mm-hmm. Halfstep, Wholestep Dominos. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the rules here, and then we'll actually play it with the cards if you want, because I brought them down. You need domino cards for half steps and whole steps, and you need beans, because beans are what you get for points. Okay, so you pick 9 cards, right? And each card is going to have, well, like, see how both of these are whole steps? They're up, one's upside down, so like, you know, so you can see them from different directions. But see how that's a whole step and a whole step? Well, it can also be, what? What are those, what does that card have?
Half step and whole step.
What does that card have?
Half step and half step.
Now sometimes there's like those half steps and whole steps that kind of go from 3 black key land to 2 black key land. So sometimes I'll only have room to put 1 on there. So that one has what?
Half step.
Mm-hmm. And that one has...
Whole step.
Okay. And that one has a half step
And a wild card.
a wild card. That means it could be either. It's like a circle of fifths I put on there. And then guess what? There's a...
Whole step and wild card.
And guess what the last one is?
Wild card and wild card.
You can put that one anywhere. Okay, so what you do is you put the top card out on the table for everybody, and it has 6 sides. So that side has 2 spots, and that side has 2 spots, and then we have a spot there and a spot there, all right? So any one of those spots can be either half or whole or wild. So see how that's got a hole and 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 a hole all the way around? Okay, so then you have a card that you can lay down there, and you have to make sure that the holes line up with the holes. See how that one has whole steps there, there, and there? But what are these sides going to be worth? What's that one? A whole step or a half step?
Whole step.
Oh, look at right next door.
I mean half step.
Okay, so all the sides touching that one are going to be half, half, half. So, as long as the sides are touching the right way with holes touching holes or halves touching halves, then you can put them down any way you want. Does that side match that side?
Yes.
Hole touches hole, right. But you could spin it around like that. Does that have a whole side touching a whole side? Does that work?
Yeah.
Oh, but we can't put these 2 sides up against those 2 sides because that's a hole and that's a hole, but that's a hole and that's a... that doesn't work. We need an sound. That means oops. Okay. So we can go with that one. See, we got hole touching the hole there. That's fine. Okay. So then we can add another one. The next player gets to put one down any way they want as long as it's touching. Right here we have a half side touching the half side. And see how those ones only have 1 in there? Which one's that? Half or whole? Yeah. So that means all the sides there get an H. So we can put that one right there. Boop. Did that work?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you draw another card. After you play one, you put it down. Oh, and wild card can go anywhere, of course. Right? So look at there. That's wild, wild, wild. Wild. Oh. Now look at that. Look how we stuck that in there. The wild card can match any side, right? And this side's a hole and lines up with that wild card. So even though it's kind of stuck in there kind of tight, it still works because of the wild cards. But this is where you get the points. You get a point anytime you have 3 sides, 3 sides, 3 sides, 3 sides, making what shape?
A square.
Uh-huh. So there's a game that we used to play on road trips where you do little dots on the graph paper and you trade it back and forth and everybody gets an add a dot. And whenever they make a square, they get to write their initial in there and get a point. So we're going to kind of do that. Every time you get a square like that, boom, 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 boom. Instead of your initials, you get to put a bean in the middle there.
We played this game for real life.
Did we play this game for real life at the camp?
No.
Did we play it here?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad we're making a video for it so you can teach it to other people. So then we got some flashcards we can give you. And I think we're done. More theme music.